All right, so we're back again. Welcome back, y'all. And right now, here we're about to begin our second match here for today, which is gonna be a GameStonks versus McDonald's fan club here. All right, so as our last game here, it's been like a toe-to-toe match here. There's a lot of twisted, and yeah, there's like so many excitement here. Like, wow, it just there's so many a lots going on here, and there's the special things that just happen to along like meanwhile the match is going on here. So there's a there's a donators there for our charity, $100 donation from Crest here. Crest, wow, $100 donation. That is a huge amount of donation here. Really appreciate you, Chris. We really appreciate you here. And for those of you guys here who want to donate to our charity, our donation is open. As you guys can go in the link in the description down below here. We left like pictures here, so y'all can go on the link and donate some. Like 100% of proceeds will be used to fund the donation pool of our next charity events and tournament. And also rewards is announced soon in our Twitch channel here. All right, so well, we're going next to our match here, which is going to be GameStonks versus McDonald's fan club here. All right, so I'm not alone here, so let's welcome back our analyzers. Two of our analyzers here, Akame and Oputo. Welcome back, y'all.
Hello.
All right.
Hello.
All right, so our first match, a lot of things happen, a lot of excitement, and also a twist also happened. All right, so well, let's see about these second matchups here. All right, so for my first questions for both of you guys here. All right, so what do you think about this matchup? GameStonks versus McDonald's fan club here. So I'm gonna start with Akame.
From what I saw last week with how both teams played, can really find out that both teams primarily run the Rhine comp. So it's gonna be interesting in the Rhine matchup and how the team's gonna go. And I think it's gonna be a close match for me as well. Yeah.
All right. So what about Oputo? What do you think about this matchup?
I think McDonald is kind of better. Not gonna lie, I feel like they play like not how to say that. They not hesitate to push and play together as a team. I think, but I feel like this matchup is interesting because they play Ryan. Like both of them play Ryan hard comp, and I feel like this matchup gonna be like so interesting. But from last match, I feel like everything can be like flip flop. You know what I mean? Like we talk about Ryan, and then they didn't play Ryan. So I think this matchup is interesting. I feel like if they play Ryan against Ryan, McDonald fan club, they're gonna win. Like 3-2, I guess.
So now you're not going for like a 3-1 because you cannot be sure like anything can happen. All right, so for my second question here, what should we expect from GameStonks? Like, last weekend, we saw GameStonks playing Echo, also Doomfist, Diva, Brigida, and especially here, our main highlights here at Symmetra from Casadox played on several maps and just clutched out of GameStonks against Wack Boys. So Wack Boys totally collapsed here when they played against Casadox Symmetra, which is the point of the game here. So I'm gonna ask Obuto first. All right, so what should we expect from GameStonks here?
I feel like it. What is the first map?
The first map.
Yeah.
We have not informed that yet, so
okay.
Yeah.
I feel like if the first map is Legion Tower, it's gonna be like it's gonna be like map for GameStone because Symmetra is good in Legion Tower. But I feel like the first map is gonna be Busan anyway, right?
Yeah, it's Busan.
Yeah. So I feel like it I still like it's not that good. Yeah. Nah, I have no idea about this. I think.
All right. So for what happened last match here, you don't want to be like sure about anything. All right. So what about you, Akame? What should we expect from GameStonks here?
Uh, Probably Erlic's popping off on his hit scan. I don't know. From last week's matches, like from the VODs that I watched, I just seen him get so many picks, even before the fight starts, and the picks alone just win them the fight. So I mean, from what I've seen here, the GameStonks, they have a coach, is a Pirate Flag, and yeah, he is a well-known coach for contenders, and I'm excited to see like what strategies that GameStonks would bring, what Pirate Flag has told them to play, and yeah, I'm just excited to see what they'll run.
I feel like
Uh,
GameStone is like they try to play like MetaCom, right? Because they have
Yeah.
coach. Yeah, like Anna Brick, Sen Brick, something like that. Like the meta from ranked games, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they are quite unpredictable here, as we see from the last weekends. All right. So for my third question, is like, what's the difference you notice between these two teams? All right. So I start off with Oputo.
I feel like GameStone is not good enough against com that surprise them. You know, I mean, like if they play against com that they practice for and they prep for, it's gonna be good for them. But if GameStone play against McDonald's, but McDonald's doesn't play the same com as they play in group stage, it's gonna be bad for them.
So they're only good if McDonald's fan club played the same comms as Akame, right? No, sorry, as
As they expect.
as GameStonks, right? Oh my god, my mind just
Yeah.
went off for a moment. Okay, all right.
Yeah, because like example last week they play against White Crest is on DPS in Hollywood and they play Bastion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
yeah.
and they don't know how to play against Bastion. Yeah. So I feel like if something like this happen again, GameStone gonna be like struggling so bad.
So that's the difference you notice. All right, so what about Akame?
Think the difference is probably the tank lineup for me. Like for McDonald fan club, the Ryan player is really aggressive. He leads the tempo for the team, allowing Noxus on the DPS to really like get picks, create space for him. And for GameStonks, maybe they'll pull out some cheese shred. I know Pirate Flag likes a lot of cheese shreds. From my past experience, and yeah, that I think the difference between these two would be the tank lineups. I think both the DPS lineups are pretty good as well. So I think it's all about the tank lineup that creates space for them now.
All right, so before we go, anything you want to say, Oputo?
I feel like McDonald is they try to play only one com to win all the maps. I don't know why. Like even the big, like really big map, especially in Busan Sanctuary, the map that have drum on the middle of the map, right? Yeah, they're still playing Reinhardt. Even that map, Reinhardt is so bad because you cannot catch up enemy team if they're far away. Yeah, so I'm worried about this about McDonald. If GameStone do cheese com like Akame tell us, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
All right. So before we go into match here, let's invite these two casters, Oshake and RXS. So let's make up predictions here. Like, who's likely to win in this matchup here between GameStonks versus McDonald Fan Club here? Like, who's going to win? All right, start off with Oshake.
All right. So, as Oputo mentioned, McDonald Fan Club does really like to one-trick their Rhine composition. That could actually be crucial for their defeat here. Now, I'm not saying that I think McDonald fan club is gonna lose. But if you one trick a comp on every single map, it might just not work out. Now, I know quite a few of the members from McDonald's fan club. Flash, Meowon, Noxus, PJ as well, and they all have their ability to like. They all have their game knowledge. Like all of it is there, and I think that they have some very talented individuals. GameStonks also being similar, along with Castadox, Erlix, and Easy Clap. My favorite Easy Clap being the flex tank player from with tier 2 experience. So you can't really look down on both sides as well. So yeah, I'm not sure which team is gonna win, but if I were to take a guess, I think it would be GameStonks.
All right. So what about you, RX? All right. What about you?
Yeah, your mic is muted.
Your mic is muted.
I'll actually go with McDonald's fan club because I think both teams actually one trick the Ryan Com, and I think McDonald's fan club, they can, after watching the games, I think they can do it better than GameStonks. So I think McDonald will take the win.
All right. So what about you, Oputo?
It depends on the map. It's hard to pick because if McDonald like heavily play only Raycom, right? But enemy team always pick the right map. That means McDonald gonna win, right? But if GameStone, if McDonald pick like the map that bad for Raycom, so I feel like GameStone gonna win. So I feel like the second map is gonna be King Soul for sure, because everyone loves King Soul, right? So I feel like it's gonna be like McDonald 3-2, I guess.
So it's McDonald fans club here. And what about you, Akame?
If both teams are gonna run comps, I think McDonald is gonna win because I just think Tatsumaki has like such an aggressive playstyle, allowing his team to get space, to get picks. So I think if they're both running mirror comps, I think it's gonna be McDonald that's gonna win.
All right, so it's all about McDonald's fan club here. All right, so let's not wait for this more further. I'm gonna pass to you two, RXs and Always Shakes here, and let's find out who is going to take the W here between GameStone versus McDonald's fan club. All right, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Poopa, and the rest of the analysts. So right now we're going to be the game. The first map will be Busan, as we're gonna take a look at both teams' rosters. So for the side of GameStonks, tanks will be Firewheel, Easy Clap, also known as Meat Machine. On the DPS, they'll have Erlix and Castadox, and on supports, JPixis and Lollytron.
All right, and over on to the McDonald's fan club side, we have Kana Kamui and Tatsumaki on tank, Noxus and PJMCCX onto DPS, and Meowon and Flash on the support role.
So any players you recognize from these teams, or actually you said you recognize some. So if you know them well, what do you think would be some of the heroes they'll pull out in Busan, Overshake?
So now, I think that McDonald fan club is going to be really dependent on a very rush comp, so to speak, because Flash is known to play either Lucio or Baptiste, and PJ also loves to play Reaper. Now, this forces McDonald's fan club to really play like a rush comp, so to speak. And also Noxus is a very competent hit scan as well. On GameStong side, I'm not really too sure because I think quite a bit of the players are quite flexible. So I don't think they're gonna.
From what I heard talking to them, they're gonna be really reliant on Ryan comps because their main tanks, it's actually his best hero is Ryan, and they really like to favor Ryan. So I think this will be a Ryan mirror for both sides. And actually Tatsumaki, historically he's not really a main tank player. He's actually was Sipa comp, and he was a main support player previously, and actually just swapped the main tank for this tournament. So let's see what happens between these two Ryan mirrors.
Wait, that was Sipa? I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay. Now, first map is gonna be Busan, and we're gonna see a lot of that brawl action as stated just now. A lot of the Rhine brawl comps, and yeah, I think first map is gonna be quite similar to what we saw previously, right?
Yeah, definitely, and this will be the choice of GameStonks, the higher seed. Let's see what they'll pull out here, because I know for sure that they're really confident in letting Erlix, their hit scan on the McCree, just carry them. Just all their goal is to just make space for their DPS to pop off. On the side of McDonald's fan club, they like to play a more cohesive style, just group together and rush in. But as what Oputo said, that might not really work for some of the more open maps like Sentry. So let's see what happens on Busan.
And I'm also very excited to see Easy Clap's performance, a former tier 2 player, and he was known for his Zarya and Sigma, I believe.
Yeah, and he's actually not really a tank player himself. A lot of off-rollers in these two teams, because McDonald's themselves have players that not really play the role they're playing. Like Flash recently just swapped over to main support, and he was previously an off-tank player. And yeah, it actually seems like, okay, Fiverr was hovering over the Winston for a moment, but he swaps back to what we know him for, the Rhine. And both teams, like what we talked about, playing the Rhine. But what's the difference is the off tank. Easy Clap will be on Sigma, and Kana Kamui will be on Zaya. And actually, Tatsumaki, they're not playing Rhine anymore. They're actually playing this comp, the Tracer, Sombra, Lucio, Rush. And even though this looks like dive, this comp is more played to more brawl style, so it still fits their playstyle a lot.
Already exceeding our predictions here, it seems. McDonald's fan club making the decision to play a Monkey Diva composition. They're going to be rotating over to point here, taking the side, taking control of the right side of the drum, and GameStonks really needs to walk forward fast without taking any damage if they want to be fighting here. And Erlix already an early pick onto PJ. The lack of Sombra is actually going to be really crucial. Cassidox gets the pick onto Flash. Erlix just finishing off the remaining members of McDonald's fan club.
McDonald's fan club, that last fight, they played a bit too split, and the DPS from the side of GameStonks, especially Erlix, capitalized off that so much. Just chasing down the kills, and PJ first to fall, got caught out, flashed and fan, and that led McDonald's fan club to lose control of the point, as GameStonks will be taking first control.
With such a comp like this, Sombra is really, the team is really relying on the Sombra to land a hack here. And also PJ successfully landing a hack onto the Ana and finishing off Erlix as well. Meowvon does go down to Phywell though, unfortunately.
That's a coalescence coming up for Flash, trying to sustain his team, as it's just pushing it right now. The carry is gone from GameStonks, but Easy Clap pops the graphitic flux. He lives too. Down he goes, doesn't really catch anyone, but a nano on the side of Fire alongside Cassidox finishes off Tatsumaki as they still have control of the point.
Man, McDonald's fan club, they really have to commit on a certain target together, but it seems that they're not going to be able to do it successfully due to GameStonks holding right side. Everyone is just so, everyone is just in such a compact spot that it just makes it really hard for McDonald's fan club to make a successful dive here.
PJ is getting close to his EMP, and next fight he will get it. It's all to his EMP next fight. He needs to build it fast enough, and already a hack comes out to Farewell. But Erlix, he catches Noxus out. Even with the Pulse Bomb being eaten by Kanakomi, GameStonks still has the numbers advantage, and Farewell catches Flash. And that's it. One by one, McDonald's fan club fall, and Tatsumaki, a Primal Rage alone is not enough to carry over his team as they're forced back to retreat once again.
Erlix is just able to pressure every member of McDonald's fan club with such ease. The plays that this man is making is just so satisfying to watch. But PJ, he's ready to make the EMP here. Kana Kamui onto the bomb. So does Noxus with the pulse bomb. Flash with a coalescence here. Phywell going in for a flank shatter right here.
He do it, but the shoot is down. The EMP comes out. There's 3 people, and J-Pix is on the brink, already falls. Shatter comes down to 1 Diva, and Erlix follows up with a Q onto Tatsumaki. Pulse one comes out from Noxus, catches the Ana from the side of GameStonks. PJ catches 2 in the background, both tanks are felt, and it seems like at the final moment, McDonald's fan club will cap the point. 99% for GameStonks is last fight territory for them. They just need to win 1 to finish Sanctuary.
McDonald's fan club can't really depend on their ults every time to win it, to win the fights. This comp is actually really based up on PJ's EMP here, but unfortunately he's not really able to charge it as fast as he wishes because GameStonks is running a double shield comp, and actually the Tracer 1v1 coming in. Gassidox
PJ just hiding the lurks right now, looking to help Noxus if he needs the help. But they have the ults and Easy Clap already proxies Gravitating Flux. There is no sound barrier from the side of McDonald's to counter that, and Erlix already gets the high noon kill onto Tatsumaki. Everything is falling apart from the side of McDonald's fan club right now as PJ also falls. Erlix looking to clean up, Fender hammers onto Melvon, and it seems like GameStonks will be winning this fight.
That is indeed the case. Just clean up coming in from GameStonks. Noxus does get the pick onto Easy Clap, but unfortunately, that won't quite do it for McDonald's fan club. Man, Erlich just fanning his way around the point, and Meowvon with a last-ditch attempt to try and stall the point does go down, like the rest of those members, and so will Flash.
Yeah, as what Akame mentioned, Erlix is the carrier of GameStonks. Their whole composition just revolves around him. But McDonald's fan club, they're not down yet. Last ditch effort from them to stall the point out. But Hainun comes out looking to catch something, catches Kanakurumi and the other DPS, catches PJ. Easy Clap comes back on the ball, trying to finish up the kills as Nano comes out onto Firewheel. And that's it. GameStonks will be getting Sanctuary.
Indeed, GameStonks, despite playing the disadvantageous comp of Ryan Sig on this map, they were actually able to hold so well. All they did was hold right side, where it was, it's an advantageous place for them to brawl, which would, and also a really easy place to kite the dive from McDonald's fan club. They could also easily make the rotation to point when it's being contested. Now, McDonald's fan club is still rooting for the same comp here. They really need to look for a miracle if they want to win this. It looks like GameStonks is going to make the swap over to Ball Monkey as well.
PJ will need to make Easy Clap's life on the wrecking ball really hard, just hacking him whenever it comes in. GameStonks tanks have the faster dive, but McDonald's fan club have the better sustain. They just need to group out, play around the PJ, play around his hacks, and they can just get control of the win.
This might be actually advantageous for McDonald's fan club due to the fact that PJ is on the Sombra. This Sombra pick here could actually be able to farm ult charge way quicker than that of the first fight, of the first point I mean, due to the fact that double shield is not there anymore.
Easy Clap going in, Cassidox on the Tracer disrupts the hex from PJ, and Flash is already down. The quick pounce from GameStonks onto the back line of McDonald's fan club, but Noxus returns the favor, catching on to his own opposing Tracer. And Tatsumaki solo right now, Erlix just on the front line, Fender hammering the barrier from side of Tatsumaki solo right now. He needs to get out, but they don't have a Moira. McDonald's fan club missing the main healer, and Tatsumaki falls.
A hack landing onto Erlix here, but that's not going to stop him from his reign of terror here. Erlix just absolutely dominating, and yeah, he's just able to pressure every single member of McDonald's fan club with ease.
But in the next fight, PJ will have his EMP, and Noxus wants to take the clutch, and he swaps to the Widowmaker, looking to pull something around for the side of McDonald's fan club.
The Widowmaker would mean that there will be lack of contesting for the enemy team's Tracer.
PJ doesn't realize his Translocator got destroyed somehow mid-fight as JPixis just takes it down. He did not know his Translocator was gone as Flash last ditch attempt trying to make something happen with his Coalescence, but both DPS already fall from the side of McDonald's fan club. A nice Q onto JPixis won't be enough to turn the fight around for McDonald's fan club. As Nano comes down to Cassidox, trying to get whatever kills he can on the point, they catch Flash out, and it seems like GameStonks will once again win the fight.
Now this desperate last-ditch attempt coming in from McDonald's fan club.
Turn it around.
It actually turned. They actually managed to turn the fight around here, but Cassidox is the last remaining member of GameStonks, doesn't quite clutch it, and McDonald's fan club does take the point. Now Noxus making the swap over to the McCree would mean that the tanks would mean that from McDonald's fan club side they'll be able to pressure things better, but we'll see what kind of a dive they execute.
Firewall already committing his barrier, which means they need to wait a while more before they can hard engage in. But they have the rally to help them, but Melvon, they have the better support else. Melvon, he has the sound barrier. Looking right now, both teams just waiting out, trying to pounce on any enemy mistake. As there's the pounce, the dive comes in from the south. GameStonks, Melvon's shatter, Melvon's sound barrier comes through, but it's not enough as both DPS already falls from the side of McDonald's fan club, and the quick pulse bomb doesn't really catch Tatsumaki because he commits his primal rage, but he's already so low that the fact that Easy one wrecking ball swing from the south Easy clap is enough to take him down.
The McDonald's fan club is doing a really good job of trying to contest the point here. High Noon gets eaten by Kana Kamui, but it seems that GameStonks is just gonna be taking the fight with ease here.
Erlix right now on the sideline looking to do what he can to finish the fight. As GameStonks are so close right now to winning this. Just a few more fights and they'll have it in the bag. Easy clap right now on the high ground looking for any opportunity, but McDonald's fan club, they just need to wait to regroup and go in the next fight.
GameStonks with a nano ready at hand. We'll see what we'll be able to do with it. But Coalescence already comes in from Flash. McDonald's fan club making the stand, and they're stomping through what was known as GameStonks. And Primal comes in from Firewall here, and will just get melted down.
Maybe not really the best choice to commit the Primal Rage there from Firewall because a lot of his team are already down. But both teams right now, 80% around there. Last fight territory for both teams. This is the fight that will determine who will win this round. And Noxus, he has the High Noon, looking to make something out of it, but Erlix on the front line right now. Nice fast on kill comes out.
Huge pulse storm coming in from PJ, along with a follow-up onto Erlix, leaving the DPS side of GameStonks to be non-existent. Firewall though does get Noxus, but dies in the process to the hands of PJ. And Kana also does get Lollytron. Last ditch attempt to try and contest the point here with a ball and Tracer, but that's not really gonna work out.
Erlix looks to make something with the Doomfist, slams in, but nothing really much. He has no heals on him and he just falls. And it seems like McDonald's fan club will be evening the map.
Indeed. Things were looking quite rough for McDonald's fan club at the start, but it seems that they actually managed to pull through here. And you alright there? Alright, it seems that both sides are going to be opting to do the Ryan Zarya composition. A May McCree and a Baptiste Lucio coming in from McDonald's fan club, while GameStonks opts for a May
I think it'll just be a TP out of spawn.
Bap Lucio, maybe.
I think it'll just be a TP out of spawn to get them the early advantage as Cassadog should be switching right now, and yeah, he switches over to Reaper and opting for a different support line from the side of GameStonks, but I think over the course of the fight, the Baptiste will have more sustain and will be able to win McDonald's to fight. But let's see what happens here as the nice Maywall comes out, they catch Firewall already, and Tatsumaki looking to advance into the bulk of GameStonks.
Without the Ryan standing on the front lines for GameStonks, McDonald's fan club should be able to push through with relative ease. Cassadox though, on the flank right here. Tatsumaki looking to try and bait out the Wraith, which he does. And yeah, McDonald's fan club manages to get the fight. They do have to drop high ground though, due to the May wall. And
PJ is alone right now, he's just alone, they need to catch him out if they want to do anything. PJ is so low, Cassadox cannot do anything, Rift on out, forced to retreat. Firewall falls, but he catches a Q onto Melvon before he falls, and it's just chaos on the point. But PJ is so close to his mail, it's all up to him. But Tatsumaki also has a shatter, but Cassadox is looking to clean up the fight with his Reaper. Catches two along with easy clap as they take the point.
Even without the Rhine on GameStonks side, GameStonks decided to push through due to the fact that McDonald's fan club lost their Lucio and they couldn't kite back with ease. This allowed quite a decent opening for Cassadox to catch Flash, and this allowed the rest of the team to follow through. Seems that Maywall already comes in really early onto the fight though. Blizzard comes in, and so does the sound barrier from Lollytron. Grav comes in. Oh my. So many members of McDonald's fan club are frozen right now. Huge high coming in from Noxus, though.
So many outs being committed from the side of GameStonks, but one ultimate from the side of Noxus just catches 3, and all the ultimates being committed are just wasted because Noxus Deadeye just catches 3 and turns things around for McDonald's for what seems like a fight. They are at a disadvantage. Lollytron comes in, tries to stall, maybe get some percentage. Jay picks this also, but I think this is reset for GameStonks right now.
Ooh.
Nice ball, the Fire Wheel is caught out. There's nothing really he can do.
That is quite an unfortunate stagger coming from GameStop. Oh! You just didn't do that. That did not happen. You
Oh
just
no,
that! No!
That mistake could prove costly for McDonald's fan club. PACommunity might have just fat finger, might have just threw the grab away, and the Maywall comes out from Arlix. Another Maywall to catch out the application matrix. Deathlon comes out, catches Dogs, breaks down the shoe, catches Flash, and they are advancing on the point. And PACommunity might have just threw that for his team.
That grab really did cost them the fight there. Quite an interesting window coming in from Flash. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was at a pretty odd angle, but didn't really work out too well for them.
Indeed. And yeah, McDonald's fan club actually did waste a lot of time trying to see if GameStonks was going to come in from the left side or the right side of the point. And that actually costed them to get caught off guard here. But Erlix with a main wall.
Nice. I split with the Blizzard. Nothing they can do. They need to break the immortality.
Blizzard. Immortality does go down. So does the sound barrier. But Tatsumaki goes down in the process.
Noxus can't turn it around with his Deadeye because Easy Clap is there to finish off Melvon. And Jay picks this. She still has the Coalescence as Easy Clap finishes a kill. High energy, 70 energy odd right now for Easy Clap as he just right clicks down everyone.
Oh my, Easy Clap really showing us the dominance of a tier 2 player right here. He's already got another grab, and he really has to make up for that fat finger if he wants McDonald's fan club to win. But oh, nice little sneaky maneuver over to the point coming in from McDonald's fan club side. A charge straight onto point 5. Well, you're crazy. And a Coalescence comes in from Epixis, I think.
The charge may be a little bit crazy, but the supports are there to support Firewall as the Coalescence is popped and the sound barrier just a victory dance as GameStonks will be securing map 1.
That fat finger on the grab was so heart-crushing for the McDonald's fan club side. Without the grab, they just couldn't win. They just couldn't win that fight right there, which was really important for them.
Yeah, certainly. And when it came down to the Brawl v Brawl, GameStonks turned out on top as they take Busan. And it will be up to McDonald's fan club to be choosing a map, and let's see if they can turn their map advantage into their map choice advantage into the map win next map.
Indeed, which is gonna be a map coming in from McDonald's fan club side. Now, we're expecting King's Row, right? Because McDonald's fan club is notorious for running their brawl comps.
Yeah, both teams certainly want to play the brawl comp, but McDonald's fan club, the first 2 rounds they showed that maybe they are opting to slightly deter away from the Rhine comps because they are playing more of a Lucio Moira, Winston brawl, something we saw a bit late last year in the meta, but they couldn't really execute it well because PJ didn't really land the EMPs he wanted to, and they couldn't really push into GameStonks brawl, and they eventually just swapped back to the Rhine.
Indeed, in order to execute Tracer, Sombra, Monkey, Diva composition, you really have the Sombra. It really is a win condition here. You really depend on building that EMP fast so that they could snowball the fight, because EMP is just such a strong ultimate ability. But it doesn't seem that PJ was able to pull through with that EMP charge. Now the next map we believe is gonna be
Hybrid.
Drumroll, please. King's Row. As expected. Now we're gonna see a lot of brawl comps here. Hopefully Mei comps as well, because we've been seeing a lot of Mei, and Mei's a character that really allows the fight to be disrupted. a lot of annoyance Mei causes onto a fight. Now, yeah, who do you think is gonna win the map here?
I think if GameStonks continue to play what they're doing, they show they can beat McDonald's fan club at their own game. I think GameStonks have the advantage to win Kings Row, but McDonald's fan club, it's still early on in the series and it's still anyone's game. So both teams are, I think, relatively even right now. And let's see what they'll play on Kings Row as GameStonks start out on the defense.
Indeed, it seems that Angry Potato is gonna be subbed in for Kana Kamui right there. I think they subbed him out because of the fat finger of the grab. Oh no. All right.
Yeah,
seems like
on the defense, GameStonks will be opting for Ryan Sigma comp. EasyClap actually really wants to favor the Sigma over the Zaya, maybe more of a comfort pick for him, because on Busan Sanctuary he also played the Sigma with some success, and Erlix will be on the Ash.
indeed Cassidox on the Echo here, and PJ on the Widow. Not something you see all the time because you would expect Noxus to pick the Widow. Oh, never mind.
And it seems
Alright.
Noxus will be starting out on the Widow, trying to catch up someone. Maybe he'll swap, maybe he won't. Rock onto EasyClap, predicting the Widow but doesn't really catch anyone as Noxus swaps back to the McCree. A nice formation from GameStonks, leaving their Ryan to contest the point where the rest of them utilize the high ground, as the rotation comes out from McDonald's on the left hotel.
Quite a long rotation coming in from McDonald's fan club though. Let's see if this proves it to be worthwhile as they make
Nice
the push
anti.
through. Nice huge 4-man anti coming in. And GameStonks is gonna have to give up the high ground here if they don't want to be overwhelmed.
Bam comes in from Cassidox, just loading the Echo Mines in as McDonald's fan club are trying to rotate. They might have just caught out J-Pixie's. No, luckily for her, she managed to fly back to the rest of the team. They're just rotating into the bulk of GameStonks right now as GameStonks, without the Lucio speed boost, they cannot run fast enough to escape McDonald's fan club. McDonald's fan club just caused laps onto Erlix and Lollytron.
That was actually such a good rotation coming in from McDonald's fan club. GameStonks didn't really have the utility to avoid the brawl rush coming towards them. They're really depending on a high burst damage from the Echo along with the dynamite coming in from the Ash, and that's not what they had because McDonald's fan club really utilized the environment around them, and the Cassidox couldn't really get the ult charge necessary to allow GameStonks to win that fight.
But because of the composition McDonald's fan club is playing, EasyClap can just spam in, do a lot of AoE damage with his primary fire, and look, he already has the Graphitic Flux which he's looking to use next fight.
Erlix making the swap onto McCree here. We'll see what happens in this choke point very, very soon, as quite a bit of skirmish going on as both the teams are looking the card. Gravitic Flux. Oh no! Noxus High Noon catches EasyClap. And a huge shatter coming in from Firewall.
Huge shatter alongside the nano boost. Cassidox also onto his copy Ryan, building up to his shatter, but he doesn't even need that duplicate shatter because the team already won the fight in the front end. Cassidox, just a bit of a party move there, just lands the shatter in before he goes back to Echo form.
Now, McDonald's fan club really needs to out-sustain the poke from the Echo before demolishing the front line, as they really need to separate the front line before taking the damage. If not, they just lose the fight here. But with PJ having a promising Blizzard very, very soon, wall comes in already a little too early. That is quite an awkward position for a wall. Blizzard comes in though, does catch Firewall without a main tank. Let's see what GameStonks does. Pix does catch off Angry Potato. J-Pixis though manages to res. Oh my.
The flash comes out, catches on Noxus. Melvin returns the trade onto Erlix, but the rest of McDonald's fan club already felt as Firewall catches the last kill onto Melvin.
That flank from Erlix was actually really crucial because that pick on the Zarya allowed McDonald's fan club to know that the McCree was there, which then they drew their attention back from the front, which allowed J-Pixis to have a free res onto Firewell.
What's actually interesting is from the first map to this, the Lucio player from McDonald's fan club is actually swapped. Now Flash is on the Lucio, looking to show what he can do instead of Melbourne, who's on the Ana. Easy Clap building up to another Graphitic Flux. All grouped up right now are McDonald's fan club, just an easy pickings for Easy Clap as he pops the Flux. Nano onto Tatsumaki, but he's raised up on the ground, and there's a nice combo. Fiverr just shatters the enemies as the Ryan is raised up, as Lollytron with 2 quick kills of his own, as he just pushed back McDonald's fan club once again.
I'm not quite sure if that shatter actually hit anyone, but we'll just pretend that it did. Did it? Okay.
Easy Clap raised the Ryan, and the rest of the teams are just left defenseless without shield. I'm pretty sure it hit 1 or 2. You might have to recheck that though.
Alright. I'll take your word for it. Now, GameStonks, without the Gravitic Flux and the Shatter and the Nano Boost on their disposal, McDonald's fan club might be able to turn the fight around here with the 2 tank ults that they have, along with the Beat and the Dragon Strike. But we'll see how it goes as... Oh no, they're playing into the Echo here! A duplicate of the Zarya comes in from Cassidox. Huge Shatter though, coming from Tatsumaki that deletes the duplication, but he's gonna have to go down by Cassidox, and that was just such an easy cleanup coming in from Erlix.
Erlix back on his cleanup duty, catches the Flash as the fight ends, and one thing we haven't mentioned is the substitution from the side of McDonald's fan club's tank line. Kana Kamui is out and Angry Potato is in, and from what I've been watching from them, Kana Kamui is actually subbed in for more Diva-oriented maps when they want to play the Diva, and when they have Zarya heavy maps like King's Row, Angry Potato's in.
Alright, Grav Dragon available from the side of McDonald's fan club. Not really any defensive ults. Oh, a nice catch of the Reinhardt. Firewell making his last ditch efforts, and oh no, a solo Grav coming in.
Easy Clap just on the high ground trying to spam in for free, but because of how he was split from his rest of the team, Firewell was alone in the front line and McDonald's fan club just rushed him down, and by the time Easy Clap got back, it was already too late as Noxus finishes up the rest of his team.
Indeed, and PJ actually doing quite a good job here on the Mei, hitting a very good wall onto Firewell on that fight, which allowed the rest of McDonald's fan club to push through, but it seems that Erlix has ditched his signature hit scan here and made his way to the Junkrat. Ooh, interesting composition here. Dragon Strike comes in, so does the Gravitic Flux from Easy Clap, catches 4, absolutely massive, it baits the Immortality Field, and Easy Clap dictating the high ground here, he's just able to catch off the rest of McDonald's fan club.
However, the Flux didn't really do anything as he drops on the high ground, exposes himself to the Mei freeze. And even though they committed the Graph Flux, they didn't really secure any kills with it, and McDonald's fan clubs are still advancing towards third point. Cassidox, he has the copy, Easy Claps makes the emergency swap onto Zarya. Cassidox, they have double Ryan right now, so many shields from the side of GameStonks, but the Blizzard is being thrown right in there. The CC from the side, fell on the edge of the Blizzard, gets saved by Lollytron with the Nano as he just wants to go in, but he gets shattered.
Huge Shatter coming in from Tatsumaki though, not really able to follow up through anything, but it does stop the nanoed Rhine. GameStonks is having... Oh no! They just lost their Zarya. Flash a huge environmental kill onto the Zarya, and yep, the Rhine falls down too, and someone really has to do something about Cassidox here. If not, McDonald's fan club is just gonna be... Ooh, huge Shatter. Cassidox just able to toy with the remaining members of McDonald's fan club.
30 seconds left for GameStonks on the defense, and Erlix has the Riptire. Pop it, maybe he can secure 1 or 2 kills, and McDonald's fan club needs to rely on Melvon's immortality to tide them through this Riptire.
Indeed. Noxus does make the swap over to Widow here. Angry Potato with the grab. Maybe something might happen. Oh, Tatsumaki! And
Erlix needs to pop his Riptire now. Erlix pops the Riptire going in, but there's an immortality. Sundance needs to break it for him, though he cannot do anything. Just forced to pop it. Only catches the immortality as nothing is fall as Noxus with 3, 2 headshots and 1 body shot finishes up for his team as they look to advance. Capping King's Row, Cassidox copies onto the Mei, almost has his Blizzard, but gets shattered No one can really capitalize on this as Erlich swaps over to Doomfist. All frozen, Tatsumaki so low, Erlich gets him with a punch kill. As McDonald's fan clubs continue to pop out into this.
Quite a back and forth fight coming around here. Noxus,
Noxus is
though,
just so free.
being completely uncontested, but we'll see if his team is able to sustain while he's able to land a free shot.
what was
Easy
that?
clap.
How?
Oh my! Easy clap. Wait, what?
He got 2 boop kills and they'll make his team defend in overtime. Two of them from McDonald's fan clubs were standing near the edge and somehow Easy Clap gets just 2. Let's see what happened again.
Huh.
Here is Noxus. Here's
Now
Easy
this
Clap.
is.
How?
Oh my! Easy clap, really hitting the environmental kills there at such a crucial time. 2 huge picks, which allowed the rest of the GameStonks members to just follow through, and it just made Noxus's Widow just absolutely pointless without the front line to contest the cart.
A slight positioning mistake from Angry Potato there. Easy Clap managed to capitalize. Easy Clap was just going onto the ball to stall. He was not really expecting much, but he catches 2 and that really turned the tide for his team. And now GameStonks, they just need to finish this map and they will be at match point.
Maybe that's just the power of a tier 2 player, too strong.
Yeah.
You never know what to expect, but McDonald's fan club opting for a classic brawl comp with a Baptiste, the Ryan Zarya, the Mei, McCree, and a Lucio. While GameStonks, it seems that they're actually going to gravitate towards a Pharah. Maybe they are looking for a Boob. I'm not sure.
But they're still hovering. Oh, they're playing what is something new that come out. Monkey Ryan is actually a comp that some people are actually starting to play, but most people play the Rush, and GameStonks want to play the double aerial DPS, the Pharah and the Echo, as Meat Machine goes on the high ground, takes some space, and Erlich. PJ so low, anti right now as the mines come out. So much AoE, so much rocket damage from the side of GameStonks, but Noxus but McDonald's fan club collapse onto GameStonks. But Erlich,
An absolutely disgusting amount of aerial pressure coming in from GameStonks here. I thought McDonald's fan club could have actually killed Fywell on that fight since he was walled, but even though they managed to finish him off, they were just the absolute sheer pressure. And
Noxus now on the flank, he's trying to do something, take down one of the aerial flyers maybe, but he can't really do anything, forced to retreat back onto his team. But the rest of his team managed to stabilize. Flash gets a kill onto Easy Clap, but Lollytron, the main tank is gone for McDonald's fan club. It's just a bunch of squishies left, and the DPS from the side of GameStonks are looking to just clean up.
McDonald's fan club, things are not looking very promising here as Cassidox comes in with a duplicate, and McDonald's fan club couldn't really make it a point here. Grab comes in from Cassidox, and so does a barrage from Erlich. Noxus though on the flank.
Can't really do anything, he's anti, he's so low, just gets beamed down with a finish melee kill by Lollytron. Nice combo, nice DPS out combo. Cassidox copies onto the Zarya, managed to get his grab in time, and Erlich follows with a barrage, and without the bat there, he can just face plant himself right in front of the grab, activates out as no one is there ready to kill him.
An interesting swap to Asher. In my opinion, I would personally prefer the McCree since there isn't really a mercy to pocket the Ashe. But we'll see how things plan out here as Angry Potato and Tatsumaki on their ults, and let's see if anything will be shattered. Oh,
Not much.
Unfortunately, it was blocked. And
Oh, that's a huge shatter though, because Firewell managed to get 4 of 5 on the ground, and a nano from Lollytron helps him to kill more kills as he rushes down the front line of McDonald's fan club. Tatsumaki left defenseless, just goes back to spawn, as it looks like GameStonks wants to cap out second point with a nice time bank.
See, even if Tatsumaki landed a shatter there, it's not really gonna do much due to the fact that Cassidox and Erlich can just easily escape that, and Fywell just absolutely dominating the land fight as well.
McDonald's fan club chose not to contest there. They're swap to not really much swaps right now, and Noxus building up to a Bob. Maybe the Bob can displace some of the flyers from the side of GameStonks DPS, but they have the out advantage as Amplification Matrix gets popped from the side of Melvin. Nice air shot onto Noxus as Irolix gets the kill onto the other side's DPS.
Erlich having a really good angle for Upper Raj here, just absolutely decimating the remaining members of McDonald's fan club. Oh my, oh PJ though, does get 2 with that, but not really gonna be, he's just gonna get pinned. That is quite sad to see. Bob comes in from the side of McDonald's fan club, but it does get deleted immediately.
McDonald's fan club don't really know what to do here. They're competing out after out, but nothing really seems to get it done. But now this just might be the turnaround as Tatsumaki finishes off his opponent Ryan as Farewell falls. Valkyrie gets popped. There's a risky rest, but no one can manage to catch out J-Pixis as the rest comes on the Farewell. Noxus returns the trade. Nice headshot onto Erlix as easy clap. Just doing so much frontline damage, pounces in as a counter charge comes out. Easy clap gets the pull kill.
Nox is having the space of the training range.
Not really,
here,
because Easy Clap is there to contest him. Not really much space for Noxus to work with anymore once Easy Clap pops this out.
Oh no, the front line of McDonald fan club just goes down like butter, and it seems that GameStonks is just gonna be able to win King's Row on a 3-2 victory.
Match point for GameStonks, proving all the predictions wrong. Many were saying that McDonald's would win in the Brawl Mirror, but GameStonks, they are running not really a Brawl, they still have the Rhine, but they're offering for a different style. They're running the Winston, the Echo, the Pharah. A little bit weird because you don't really see much point of the Rhine at composition. Maybe something like a Ball or something divey would work better, but they made it work, and McDonald's fan club at the end didn't really know what to do as Noxus commits his ball. PJ gets 2 on the Reaper, but they couldn't really finish the fight.
Indeed, and it is quite interesting to see what the hero pool that Erlix is actually able to put out here with a Junkrat, an Echo, not an Echo, a Pharah, and a McCree with an Asher. And yeah, I think we're going to be going into a short break here. Stay tuned to find out if McDonald's fan club will hold their ground against GameStonks, or if GameStonks will just be able to sweep McDonald's fan club with a 3-0 victory.
All right, so welcome back here, and we're back again at an analyzing programs. So for the past two maps here is all about GameStonks here, just crushing McDonald's fan club here. It was rather so close game, but McDonald's fan club they choked so many times, and well, it's all on GameStong favor here. So let's take a look here at the deeper details here, the reason why McDonald's fan club choked, and the reason like the way how GameStonks they won these two past maps here. So let's welcome back our analyzers here, Obito and Akame. Sorry, say hi again.
Hi, hello.
Hi.
All right, so for my first questions, I'm gonna ask you guys: was your prediction correct? Starting from Obito's here. All right.
I don't think it's gonna be correct. I think this matchup gonna be 3-0 soon.
I think all of our predictions are wrong today.
Yeah.
All right, so the predictions for like casters and analysis, they were all like a McDonald's fan club, but it turns out for the first map here is on GameStonks favor here. So what's going on here on McDonald's fan club here? So what should McDonald's fan club do to make the comeback again? All right, so start off with Akame.
They need to like reevaluate their playstyle, I would say. In the past two map, you can see like how GameStonks are playing it, like they prepared against them. Like you can definitely see that running the Pharah Echo against Ryan, like denying Tatsumaki's tempo, make him totally useless. And like I said, that Pirate Flag actually, like I would say it's kind of a cheese running that Ryan Winston. It's actually not that bad. It allows so much brawl in the match, which you see in King's Row. They just even though it's like really like they really they trade all the characters and everything, but in the end they still come out on top. And I think what McDonald's fan club had to do is like reevaluate what they're gonna do and maybe talk about their team comps more. I don't think the team comps are great against what GameStonks are running. So if they are able to do that, maybe they can turn it around and have a comeback. But right now the favor seems like it's going towards GameStonks.
All right. So, what's your opinion? Like, what should McDonald's fan club here do to make a comeback? All right, Oputo, you're next.
Okay. I feel like right now the problem of McDonald's is they heavily try to reliable on one com, right? And they don't have answer when they got counter so hard. Like for example, in Kings, so they play Reinhardt, Tarian, Mei, and McCree with Baptiste Lucio, I guess, in defense. And GameStone, they play double bird. I don't know how to say that comp. Like they have Farah and Echo, right? Which Echo Farah pressure made the Mei useless because Mei cannot kill Farah and Echo, right? And then McDonald's fan club, they switch Mei to something else, but they switch to Reaper. That's kind of worse for them because Mei cannot kill Farah Echo. Reaper is also cannot kill Farah Echo. So they got stomped so hard because they choose the wrong heroes to play against GameStonks, right? And that cost them lost Kings though. So I think if they want to come back, they need to know which character they need to play against GameStonks comp, because right now GameStonks have a lot of like interesting comp and preparation to counter them. If they cannot like analyze and think about the hero they should play, they're gonna lose next map so easily, I think. Yeah.
All right, so let's go for the question here. So, is there anything particular GameStonks need to improve? Like, I mean, I know they're stomping, but there may be some mistakes there. All right, so is there anything you notice that GameStonks should improve? All right, Akame, you're next.
I think maybe the out management. If it's a losing fight, I mean, sure you can try, but there's just very low chance that you can win. So might as well just reset and take the next fight because you definitely have an advantage in the out economy. And other than that, I think they're just doing fine. They're just popping off right now. Erlix, like I said, he's just getting picks after picks, doing what he do best. So yeah, I think they should just keep on going. Yeah.
All right, so what about you, Oputo? What do you think? Is there anything GameStone needs to improve?
I feel like I'm pretty okay with GameStonks right now, but if they want to improve, they need to like have like predict how they need to know how they're gonna lose the fight, and they need to plan about that. If like, for example, in Kingslow first defense, right? McDonald's they're rushing on the high ground to clear the high ground. So and then GameStonks, like Anna, he didn't rotate with the team, and then he died. I feel like GameStonks need to do something about that. Like, if you need to rotate, you need to rotate faster. Like, decide to do something faster, not just like stand still and got punished by McDonald.
All right, so that's the what analyzers think like the things that GameStone should improve. All right, so before we're going in the matches yet, let's make a predictions for another next two maps here. All right, so I'm gonna start off with Akame here. Like, what's your prediction for these next two maps?
I think GameStonks still have something up their sleeves that we don't know about. So I think next map, GameStonks will take the map and just take the series. Yeah.
All right, so it's GameStonks in here. What about you, Oputo?
If McDonald's still play the same thing, like they keep made a lot of mistake, like last two map, I think it's gonna be end in the third map soon.
Yeah. Right. So well, it really depends on McDonald's fan club here. Like, if they gonna play the same, then is all GameStonks favor here. But let's see if there's any difference here between these two teams. All right, so before we're going back in the game here, we're going to take a 1 minute break here before we're heading back to our casters, Oshik and Arxis. So see you guys in 1 minute.
Hello. All right, and we're back. It seems.
Yeah, and actually, GameStonks are up 2-0 and they want to make it quick. And actually, I just looked at some stuff and apparently, according to Google, McDonald's stocks are actually falling right now. So maybe GameStonks stocks can go up and they can capitalize on that in Overwatch.
Wow, did you actually search Google for that?
Actually, no, Meme Machine sent it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very meme machine of him to do. So now, we're getting on to what might possibly be our last map, or another reverse sweep. Now, this map being Dorado, a lot of long-range maps we see here today. Dorado being a very sniper-oriented map. I think GameStonks side might be in a bit of a trouble if they run that double aerial comp again.
But I think after the halftime break, McDonald's should have time to evaluate what's going wrong. And I know they have a coach, someone called Apple, playing amateur scene a while back, and he's been helping them like coach and stuff. And maybe he has something up his sleeves.
Alright, maybe, but without further ado, let's get straight into the matches here. McDonald's Fan Club versus GameStonks. What might be the last map, or a complete reverse sweep?
And actually, I think if we go to more sniper-oriented comps, that actually favors McDonald's Fan Club, and maybe that's why they pick Dorado. But because they have Noxus on the Widowmaker, and Noxus is really confident in his aim, and trying to outsnipe Erlix. But let's see what compositions both sides come out with. GameStonks still on the defense once again. Interesting strategy. They hovering over the Bastion, and another thing is Kana Kamwe is back in for McDonald's Fan Club, the quote-unquote diva specialist for the team, as they're playing a very familiar comp if you watch Overwatch late last year, the Sombra Reaper, Lucio Moira.
Indeed, quite an interesting choice of picking that comp in this map. But without further ado, we'll get straight into the action very soon. GameStonks opting for a double shield comp with a Rhine. Erlix on the McCree, Cassadox on the Echo, and J-Pixis on the Brig, Lollytron on the Ana.
I think because GameStonks don't really have much pew, a lot of their supports are very static. I think McDonald's Fan Club can go around, rush one of them quickly. I think that'll be game over for GameStonks. But let's see what GameStonks counter-react, because Easy Clap is back on his comfort role in Sigma.
Alright, everyone from GameStonks side is so distracted on the presence of Noxus. And Erlix does drop and finish Noxus.
Nice catch there from Erlix. Interesting note again is that McDonald's Fan Club has swapped their Sombra player. Previously it was PJ, now Noxus taking over the hacking utility of the side of his team, and they have the high ground control right now, but GameStonks are looking to seize back the high ground control.
Alright, it seems that GameStonks is not really making such a move right here, but Tatsumaki unfortunately goes down, and yeah, GameStonks is just gonna be able to control this space even without the high ground.
And Erlix already up to the high noon, but Melvon, he has the Coalescence. It'll be up to him to turn this fight around. Just a rush in. GameStonks, they have no speed boost, they have nowhere to run, and with a quick Coalescence, that might be enough for McDonald's to turn this fight around. There it is.
Coalescence coming in from the side of McDonald's Fan Club. PJ does catch Firewell. It seems that Easy Clap does get hacked as well.
Tatsumaki popping the Primal Rage, looking to displace as much as possible. Cassadox's ultimate onto the duplicated Winston did not really accomplish anything, but GameStonks, they still have another chance to contest, especially if they combo their Graphitic Flux. Maybe a high noon, maybe they can turn the fight enough for them, but Noxus can cancel everything at once with his EMP. EasyCat does not see the Reaper there, he gets caught out by the Death Blossom. PJ knows what he wants to do and just catches him waiting on the roof, lurking like a shark in the water, and EasyClap falls.
Oh, a huge EMP coming in from Noxus, cancels the high noon, and also does manage to hack the nanoed Reinhardt.
Tatsumaki so low, Erlich, can he pop off and carry his team once again? Both tanks are felt from the side of McDonald's fan club. Can Erlich on number 3 turn this around alongside Farewell? Catching out Kana come in. McDonald's fan club are sent back to spawn at the right at the end of point 1.
PJ's decision right there of solo ulting Easy Clap while he was using the gravitic flux does actually it did actually lead him to get picked off right there. And that lack of damage really allowed McDonald's fan club to just lose that fight.
Yeah, but look at GameStonks, they're on the uncomfortable comp because they had to stall the last fight. Easy Clap swaps onto the ball and no longer is the Sigma that can help pure supports and a very easy vulnerable target for the hack. And the Coalescence comes out from Melvon, all of them just pushing in right now, but they're not really pushing as hard as they want. Kanokami here's out as the Shadow comes out, doesn't really catch anything, everyone managed to dodge away. And then the bomb comes out, can he catch anything? Maybe Erlich, and there it goes. Erlich's defenseless after popping the high noon.
A duplication coming in from Cassadox here, he's ready with the Coalescence. It does force back quite a few of McDonald's fan club members. Oh no! He's just getting juggled into McDonald's fan club.
Lucio so low! Flash is solo right now, gets finished by Easy Clap. Tatsumaki on the point, just ran out of his primal rage and he's anti so low as Erlich finishes off the kill. And there's 30 seconds left on the board and McDonald's fan club are once again sent scrambling back to spawn. 10 seconds left as a swap comes out from Tatsumaki.
Minefield does come in, and the last ditch effort coming in from McDonald's fan club to try and stall the point. So does that EMP though. Oh no, Philo is not going to be able to use that shatter, but it doesn't really matter as Erlich does take down Noxus.
Disaster right now of McDonald's fan club as they get full hell on their might be their last map of their tournament. It seems like the power of burgers and fries won't let them to push through the first point as they get full held by GameStonks.
I thought you were gonna say McDisaster.
Missed opportunity, I guess.
Alright. Yeah, GameStonks just really adamant on holding that little corner on the right, and Erlich is just managed to stay alive throughout the fight every time, which just allows McDonald's fan club members to just fall. And yeah, it's just such a good kite that GameStonks is doing right now, which just makes McDonald's fan club confused on which target to commit to.
Pretty weird that after a whole week of just one-tricking Rhine comps, McDonald's fan club at their most pivotal match swap off to a completely different comp altogether, and it seems like they aren't really used to playing this comp. Maybe their comfort would have worked better, but there's no time to think right now because they are at the edge of defeat. And the last ditch effort for them as they swap to Orisa and Rhine. Kinda weird comp.
Huh, Orisa Rhine with an Echo, Genji, Mercy, Ana. This is kind of a weird comp, but I guess it could work if the Genji is able to build Nanoblade as fast as he can, but it seems that GameStonks side, they're going to be running the Symmetra. Quite an interesting composition coming in from GameStonks as well.
But because they know they only need to cap 1 point, they can just save all their outs as much as possible, and GameStong can just go in with one big fight and just win the whole series. And McDonald's fan club needs to defend with his unorthodox composition for a whole 4 minutes. Cassadox TPs up to the high ground, gets forced down, and Erlich is trying to take down PJ right now, but a dive comes down to Noxus, but Fender Hammer, Noxus finishes the kill though.
Noxus taking 2 huge picks for his team here. Really, he's really the staple of McDonald's fan club, it seems. Oh, GameStonks making a Rhine ball comp. Erlich's making the swap over to Farah without a Mercy.
No, they have
never
Mercy.
mind. Alright, J
What's
Pix just makes the
Cassadox?
swap.
But Cassadox is still on the sim.
Still on the sim. Maybe they think that they're good enough to win with a weird comp. I don't know.
Maybe they think the sim is needed to shred down the double shoot, but I think that's not really how it will be that efficient. And Farah versus Echo is a really advantageous fight for the Echo as Nice book down. Kanakamui is forced down, beamed down by all the Symmetra turrets, and it's already down as the other tank on the side of McDonald's fan club needs to solo tank this whole thing, but he's anti.
Unfortunate boop onto Kanakamui here allows opportunities for GameStonks to rise up, but here comes the Nano onto the Rhine here. Maybe they should have saved that for Noxus as Tatsumaki just gets deleted immediately. Fywell.
Noxus is so low he gets rest, but no one is there for McDonald's fan club, and they're at the precipice of defeat. McDonald's fan club, they may dominate the fast food universe, but they can't win in Overwatch as GameStonks stocks are rising. Last ditch attempt from Tatsumaki, but it's already slapped. He cannot contest as GameStonks takes the quick 3-0 against McDonald's fan club, winning semifinals and getting into the grand finals.
GameStonks here with such quirky comps. McDonald's fan club is just bewildered to do anything about it. For some reason, McDonald's fan club are playing comps that they're not really accustomed to, like such as Monkey Diva, Orisa Rhine. Like they're not playing to their strong suits.
Yeah, that's really weird, and because of that, they got defeated by GameStonks, which many thought would lose this match. And even though GameStonks played a really weird composition, a Sim, a Pharah, to a DPS you wouldn't think would go well together at all, completely different styles of play, but they managed to make it work. And in the last moment, a Nano comes out, Tatsumaki, but he falls so quickly and Noxus doesn't even have time to pull out the blade.
Indeed. I feel that last fight could have been won if they decided to invest in Nano Boost onto the Genji for a Nano Blade instead of onto the Rhine, but I guess in the long run it wouldn't really have mattered, as when GameStonks just builds up their ults, they could have just swept McDonald's fan club.
And with that, we'll be taking a quick break before going to the analyst desk, and that will be probably it for us casters, me, RXS, and Overshake. Any last words to the viewers, Overshake?
As far as how much of a tournament this is, I really appreciate each and every individual here competing and donating everything for the Pacific community tournament. Now this is a beta run, so we will probably have other tourneys like this since of such a well-received tournament that this is.
Yeah.
And I think that even if you lose, it's fine. You can always go again. So yeah, I thank each and every team for participating and registering, and yeah, just go crazy, I guess.
Yeah, and you haven't already joined our Discord server, we have more news of future tournaments. And that's it from me and Overshake. We'll be taking a short break before heading out to the analysts. See ya.
Alright, we've been your casters. Bye bye.
All right, welcome back, y'all, again. Well, the match ended, and it's quite unfortunate for McDonald's fan club here. They lost for GameStonks. It's 3-0 here. But well, maybe it could be like a close game, but well, unfortunately, is GameStone side here. And so, well, let's take a look here and a little analysis here. Well, like what's going on with McDonald's fan club here, and like how did GameStonks actually win? So, let's welcome back our analyzers here, Oputo and Akue is here. Welcome. Say hi to fellow viewers again.
Hi again. Hello.
All right.
Hello.
All right. So let's not. All right. So just let's dig right into this. So for my first question, say like, what's going on with McDonald's fan club? Like, how did they lose 3-0? Like, from your guys' prediction that McDonald's fan club just gonna like take over GameStonks, but instead, a GameStong just stunk up and then just roll over McDonald's fan club. Like, what's going on here? Start out with Oputo.
Okay. First thing about McDonald's, I do not happy about how they play diving com. It's not about com is bad. It's how about they play it. Like as a player who played Sombra in that meta before and play Mora in that meta before, I feel like I'm not happy to see how they play. Especially when they play Sombra. The Sombra player is like he always go behind enemy team and try to hack and do something like solo play. When the Sombra in that com need to play like off angle with her teammate and shoot from off angle and try to hack someone from off angle and do damage with teammate, so she can build her ultimate like quickly and like better, because her damage is you can see like her damage her ultimate is like too slow and she cannot do anything much. That's why I feel like I'm not happy about it. And second is about Moira. I feel like that how McDonald's players play around Moira here is like it's not good. Like they all like always separate when they try to kill someone, and the healer is out of resource so quickly because Moira need to left click all the time, right? And she cannot left click 24 hours. She need to like charge and heal. But if you like heal one target and heal then left side, right side, behind you, like you heal so many people on the same time, but not in the same position, it's gonna make your healer like useless. Because Moira need to build ultimate so quickly, and she need to heal everyone in front of her, not like left, right, everywhere. That is bad for McDonald in Busan. Yeah. And in King's Row, I already talk about it, that they switched to the comp that they know how to play, right? The right comp, but they got counter, like heavy counter, and they don't know the answer to counter enemy team again. So it's like when they play the good comp, but they don't know how to play. That is the worst thing they can do. And when they switch to the comp that they know how to play, then they got heavy counter. That make they like cannot perform today. Like so hard for them, I think.
Oh well, alright. It's been a tough moments for McDonald's fan club here, but well, let's take a look at an opinion from Akame. So, what do you think here?
I think what Opoto said was right. And the way that they play Sombra, like there's only two ways in a full dive com with Sombra. One is just go for hacks and not build EMP and just focus on the hack target. Or two, you play it slow and then you make EMP your win condition. And how McDonald fan club plays, they're not really doing both. They're just like mindlessly brawling, and against the comp which GameStonks came out with, like Break, Ana, McCree, it's really hard to just brawl into that comp because there's so much sustain, there's so much peel for the backline as well, and I think this is why that they lost that map. The other two maps is just I guess the second map, King's Road, is just that GameStonks running the counter com against them, and the third map is just maybe them being desperate and trying other comms that might work, but I guess they are not really familiarized with the comp, and that's why they lost. So I think this is why it's like a trio in favor of GameStonks.
All right, so that's the opinions from our two analysts here. All right, so let's go up next with my next question. So GameStonks going up against Wise Curse on DPS in the finals, which is tomorrow, 28th February. Don't forget to tune back, guys. All right, so I'm gonna ask the guy here: is GameStonks the favorite to win in the grand final against Wise Curse on DPS? So what do you guys think, Akame?
Yeah, I think they'll be the favorite to win the grand final, especially since they have Pyreflag as their coach, and I think he can come up with threats that can counter. They can counter the comps that Wise Crest on DPS are playing, and especially Erlix, man. Erlix just keeps popping off, and yeah, I think they'll be the favorites for the finals tomorrow.
Yeah, Eris just look at here. Eric just popped up in his McCree for the entire match. Like, wow, it's so impressive from GameStonks here. All right, so what about you, Oputo? What do you think? Who is going to win against like GameStonks versus Wise Curse and DPS?
I do disagree about GameStone gonna be favorite in the grand final because I can see like they are not good enough against dive team. To be honest, especially when they play Brigitte, I feel like their Brigitte doesn't do her job really well. Like you can see when they play in Busan Sanctuary, when Sombra come behind McCree, McCree just got solo kill by Sombra and no one helped McCree. Like, damn, it should not be happen, right? So I'm worried about it. This is gonna be the same story like from the last match because we predict Tinder to win, right? But end up why it's just on the DPS win because of that. I think this gonna happen a lot if they didn't prepare for it. I think they need to like protect each other more in the grand final if they want to be a favorite. But I don't want to jinx tomorrow because I feel like today our caster and analyst when we predict someone win, they all lose. Yeah, I think our prediction is cursed something. Yeah, it's gonna be cursed for the team. I don't want to jinx. Yeah.
Well, just like I said, anything can happen here. Yeah, so well, tomorrow is gonna be a really exciting match here, a grand final here. But before we're going to close this up here, I really want to ask you guys, since today match, this is like the semifinals, they're over, and so for this match, who is your player of the match here? Start it off with Akame.
For me, I think it's gonna be a meme, but it's probably Meme Machine, Easy Clap. Yeah, he had quite a few clutch places, quite a few clutch plays, and his use of Graffiti Flux is like, it's really good, and he stops the enemy team push. So I think my player of the match will be him.
All right, so well, Easy Clap, he's been popping all along since last weekend, like as the clutch from Hollywood here, and until today's matches, like Easy Clap is still popping off in King's Row here. All right. Who's your player of the match here?
Player of the match? Well, I didn't focus on the player especially, but I think that the DPS is pretty good. That's why the player who play May, I'm not sure who on the first map.
Oh, well, I also forgot about that
Yeah.
one too. But yeah, main player from
Yeah.
GameStonks, right?
Yeah,
GameStonks in the first map.
GameStone. He
Ah,
he played very good. That he create win condition for the team, and I'm not sure he play Echo or Farah on the Kings. Yeah, also Eric.
Arzelix. The same guy who played McCree too.
McCree, yeah,
Like,
he played McCree, man. I feel like he do pretty good job on DPS today, and pressure a lot of things to McDonald's that make McDonald's don't know how to handle him. Yeah, so I think he's pretty good today.
All right. So for Akame is who's again? Easy Clap. Easy Clap for Akame and is Erelix for Oputos here. All right. So that's wrap up for today's semifinals matches for both two team is Why is Crimson DPS up against GameStonks tomorrow. So do not miss it, guys. This is going to be historical and y'all don't want to miss it because you know these two teams they are on par with each other and analyzers are really excited to looking forward for tomorrow and as well for our tournament's main concept here for donation we are on charity right now, so do not forget to donate. You guys here link down below here. All right, so 100% of proceed will be used to fund the donation pool of our charity events and tournaments. And for reward tiers will be announced soon. So if you guys want to contribute to the donation pool, you click the donation picture on Twitch to contribute to the donation pools down below. So only $1, $2, they're all matter. They're all matter for this charity. All right. So do not forget, link down below is here. Just donate some. All right. So well, that's it for today. And I'm really happy that I'm here, the Dex host, and I will still see you guys tomorrow, still along with these analyzers here, Akame and Oputos here. And for today, it's going to be a final match. Wisecurse and DPS up against GameStonks. All right, so thank you guys for tuning in here. We're really happy, right? We're really happy, and we're looking forward for tomorrow's matches. 28th February, y'all don't want to miss it. All right, and so for today's. Our duty is over, and thank you guys for staying here. And we see you tomorrow. Yay!
Bye-bye.
Say goodbye,
Bye.
you two.
Bye bye.